All right, you guys. Let's get right down to business, man. This is further elaboration on what I reported earlier about Anthony Davis and his injury coming from senior ESPN NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski. So, like I said before, he will be evaluated 2 to 3 weeks after suffering a calf strain. He is unlikely to return to the lineup prior to the All-Star break, which is March 5th to the 10th. Now, we know he missed 2 games with tendinosis in his right Achilles and had to exit the game with 2:36 left in the second quarter when he was driving on Jokic. Now, the MRI on Monday revealed the calf strain and an aggravation of tendinosis in the right Achilles, but did not show a rupture of the right Achilles tendon. Now, the Lake obviously he will be out against the Timberwolves. He is being evaluated by team doctors in LA. They said they'll be conservative on his timeline for his return. Even prior to the MRI, Davis, general manager Rob Pelinka, and agent Rich Paul discussed taking their time on Davis' injury return to the lineup. Now, but that doesn't make sense considering that you played the guy in the Memphis game and then turned around and played him in the Denver game last night when he had the initial injury. So how is this a discussion then? Or how is this a discussion now after the fact? But whatever. Now, so after he suffered the injury, he shot the 2 free throws and then checked out. The 9-year veteran has been experiencing discomfort in his lower leg for weeks and underwent ultrasound last weekend, which confirmed the injury. He sat out 2 games against OKC last week. And like I said, he returned on Friday in the Memphis game. He did drop 35 in that game on 16-27 shooting. So no, this is not fake news to the guy that was in my comment section. All right. Look, I have no reason to sit up here and mislead you and put out bullshit information or put out false information. All right. So I would appreciate it if you don't come in my comment section and talk about what I reported was a lie. I don't like when you guys do that. You guys think everything fake news and all that. Not everything is fake news. I have no reason to lie and mislead. There's a lot of other media outlets that does that well. They lie and mislead you well they do it for many years. So I have no reason to sit up here and mislead you and lie to you and muddy the waters and all that. There's enough media outlets that do that. And I don't get no benefit from that. I don't get no benefit from putting out false information. So I would appreciate it if you don't do that. All right. Shout out to Brett Jackson. What's up, Brett Jackson? I ain't seen you in a long time, man. Good to see you, Brett Jackson. Good to see you, homie. Salute. Now, the Lakers going to have to shut him down. Like I said in the previous stream, they're going to have to shut him down. They have no choice but to shut him down now. You brought him back too early to begin with. He should have never came back for that game. Never. What's up, T. Price? What's up, Jeffrey Weaver? Salute to y'all in the building tonight. So this is what I'm gonna do. All right. So I'm gonna open up the chat lines, and then you guys can come in and you guys can tell me what y'all think about this. We're gonna elaborate on this some more. Man, I'm just chilling, Brett Jackson, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Where you been hiding at, bro? Man, I ain't seen you in a long time, man. Don't worry, y'all. That's just me, just feedback. So I'll put this link in the chat, and then you guys can come in. You guys can come in, then you can tell me what y'all think about this, man. You know what I'm saying?
as we talked about in the other streams. Yeah, sorry about that. I had another one. I had another. I had another part in the StreamYard or whatnot. I was on StreamYard mobile, and I had to convert over to the computer. So I apologize for you guys that had to listen to that feedback. So it's not a serious injury. It is not a serious injury, but he will be out for a while. What's up, T Price? What you got on this, man?
What's good, brother? What's good, LB? Man, I'm happy. I'm a Laker fan, but I'm been very biased, you know. But I'm happy that it wasn't nothing major. But I've been reading the comments of what everybody been saying, talking about he's injury prone. Yes, he is injury prone, but at the same time, the Lakers won't have, excuse me, won't have a championship without him. Let's just keep it real, man. And the medical team, whoever, I'm like what we were saying last night, they need to be fired, bro. Putting this man out there like that, man. You can't do that. You can't
Sometimes you
do
got to
that.
see them play it for themselves, man.
That's right. That's right. That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, he proved himself last year that he could play through injuries and stuff like that. And I even when they was playing early this year, I was just saying to myself, he looks hurt. You know what I mean? But I know RoboCop is happy. So yeah.
RoboCop. Yeah, y'all funny with that. Hey, what's up, Sterling? What you got on this? Y'all call the man RoboCop. Hey,
Uh,
hold on. Before I go to you, Sterling. Hey, so Jay Reed, is that the same Jay Reed off of In Too Deep?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You just not get it, LV. Yeah, man. He's Jay Reed, bro.
Yeah, so like Jerry from Akron, and he's from Akron as
Boy,
well.
y'all are fucking crazy with that, boy. I'm like,
What's good, Sterling?
yeah, man.
It fit. Dude.
All right, Sterling, what you got on this, man?
Oh, definitely agree. Because he should have sit out and not play. Because if you now because they let him play, it's gonna affect the injury worse more. You know,
Mhm.
he has strain on his calf. So I think he should sit out. For a week or a month. Until he get ready and feel better.
All right.
Get your own trainer. Definitely, he should get his own staff member trainer instead of using that Lakers thing.
Yeah, man, all day long, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate your take on it. You know, I definitely agree with that. The homie, Brett Jackson, man. I ain't see you in a long time, man. Where you been hiding at, bro?
Man, bro, just working. You know what I'm saying? Laughing at what's going on in the politic world, but that's another story for another day.
Hey, man. Hey, you should check my past streams, man. About this politics, man. It should be epic, bro.
Oh
Between me
man,
and Two Raw, man.
most definitely. But just to touch bases on it a little bit, I don't understand what was the real big reason for the Lakers to bring back AD. The guy only missed 2 games. So what was the real big rush to bring him back so fast? I'll never understand that. So basically, my whole take is shut the guy down. Shut him down.
Right.
It
I
should have been
agree.
something that they should have done before he re-aggravated his calf. Just shut the man down. Shut him down for 2-3 weeks, reevaluate him, and see what you get from there. Like, what's the big rush? Would you rather be the number one seed and not have a healthy AD going into the finals or running through the playoffs? Or would you rather be a third or fourth seed with a healthy Anthony Davis? Because let's be honest, without Anthony Davis, the Lakers do not make it to the finals. Can we all
That's
agree
a
on that?
fact.
Oh
Amen.
yeah, we definitely agree with that, man. But we got history of that, Brett. Remember, before the AD trade, they didn't even make the playoffs. Remember, he was in
Fact.
playoff mode.
Hmm.
Remember?
Fact. I remember.
Hmm.
I remember. I definitely remember. You see what I'm saying? But listen, let's see exactly. Now, we all know LeBron can lead a team, but at the age that he's at, in year what, 18, I don't think he's gonna have the gas to lead this team to the next level. He's gonna need more help from the, as I call them, cast-offs than ever before. Kyle Kuzma, he's gonna have to step up big time. What's your man? Horton.
Horton
He's gonna
Tucker.
have to step up big. I mean, he's just basically gonna need help from all the supporting cast for them guys to hold it down until Anthony Davis gets back. I just don't think that LeBron at the age that he's
What kind of shit you playing in the background, bro?
right. I was like, damn, what's that? But I just don't
T-Price, hey, mute your mic real quick, T-Price. Hold on, I'm muted. Go ahead. Now, were you saying, Brett?
Yeah, I was just saying, man, I just don't think that at the age that LeBron is at, I just don't think that right now, I just don't think he'll be able to lead this team the way he was able to do it, 10, 11, 12 years ago. I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Yep.
But, I could be wrong, but I've been watching basketball a long time, man. And Father Time catches up to everybody.
That's definitely true about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, two things I know in this life here that's undefeated is Mother Nature and Father Time, boy.
Come on, man. And two things that are definitely for sure: death and taxes.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing, and look, this ain't no knocking on LeBron. I don't want nobody to think I'm just coming here and you go on LeBron bashing session. All right, the dude is a great player, right? The dude is a great player, all right. But at the same time, his fans, the biggest problem I got with LeBron is his fans, because they be the same people that be like, well, we don't need AD. Well, you didn't make the playoffs without AD. You get AD, you win the championship with him.
But man,
and then they'll flip it, and then they'll flip around and be like, he didn't win no ring without RoboCop. Like, well, whatever.
But that's one of those arguments, man, that I really try not to get into it with these LeBron fans, because it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. It's like, y'all say LeBron James do it all, right? Okay, well, if AD's gonna be down 2-3 weeks, LeBron do it all. So, go ahead and do it all. Y'all don't need AD. LeBron can do everything. That's what y'all say.
Preach.
But in the minute, we all know, but the minute, let's say the Lakers, let's say they get beat in the second round. Or let's just say they don't win it at all. They don't win it at all. First thing they'll do is, well, Anthony Davis wasn't healthy throughout the season. LeBron had to carry the whole team.
Yeah, of course, they always say that anyway, even if he has superstars.
You see what I'm saying?
Bro. Right.
Like, come on, man. Like, I remember some guy was on Tickets channel a week or so ago and said something to the effect of, there hasn't been another superstar in this decade that hasn't led a team like LeBron has.
What? I already know who you're talking about. I already know who you're talking about. He's talking about Ghost. He's talking about Ghost LB.
He's talking about Ghost.
Oh, that dumbass motherfucker, man. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
As soon as he said it, man, I just named about 5 guys. I said, well, wait, didn't Jimmy Buckets just do it last year?
Mm-hmm.
What about Kevin Durant in 2012? What about Dirk Nowitzki in 2011? He like, those ain't your favorite players. I said, what does that have to do with anything?
It just answers his question. Yeah. Stupid is what stupid does.
I'm like, man, who are these guys that be logging on to these channels?
Man, shout out to Octavius TX, man, in the building, man. That man. Man, I tell you, boy. Yeah, hey, it was already bad enough I had to deal with Alonzo Ball fanatic, but that's another story for another day.
Oh my God, that's rough.
Oh, that's him.
No.
No.
There was another dude who was, the consummate Lonzo Ball fanatic.
Oh my God.
He'll be on this channel, Dave James. Yeah, that motherfucker. Yeah, that man, Lonzo, man, he going down in history, man. He one of the best players in the NBA.
Huh?
Hey, the shit that gets said on these YouTube streets, man. Hey, it have your mind blowing, don't it?
Oh
Man,
my LB, man,
man.
it does, man, and it always be the same was. I ain't gonna mention nobody's name, but we already thoroughly know LB though. We already know who the ones is when it comes to
Yeah.
RoboCop and like them. It's just the same argument every time, same thing. I just don't even want to argue with the mugs. Just waste of breath.
And this my thing, right? Because I see a lot of people talk about, he should be in the MVP, he should be MVP. The dude can't win the MVP every fucking year for one, and then for two, more importantly, the dude averaged less than his. All right, so the dude averaged 27, 7, and 7 for his career. He's averaging less points than his career average, but how is he in the MVP discussion?
Shit, because of
These
his
numbers are
name.
pedestrian.
I ain't gonna say what I want to say because I know
The
they
numbers are
listening, but
pedestrian. His numbers are pedestrian, but yet
that's a fact.
he's in the MVP discussion. Really, y'all?
Fact.
They act like they ain't got nobody to talk about. Cause remember when we was growing up, man, they used to talk about everybody. And then this
Man,
dude, when he came
man.
in, when they came in, he came in the league. I'm like, okay, he's been the best player since he robbed. I'm like, dude, no, he's not. Kobe was still wrecking on like a 7-year stretch. Kobe was straight killing. He should have been MVP so many goddamn times. It don't even make no goddamn sense. But this
Man,
RoboCop got all these. Man, I'm done.
man, do
It's
y'all
just the
remember?
media likes them. Don't go ahead.
Do you remember growing up? You know what I'm saying? And I've been watching basketball, man, since '84. But you remember back in the late '80s, going into the early '90s, even into the mid '90s, how every NBA team, just about every NBA team, got shine. It wasn't always
Anybody
about,
could give it to you. Anybody
yeah,
could
you
give
know
it
what
to
I'm
you on
saying?
any
Like,
given night.
yeah, man, it was like you had Reggie Miller and the Pacers. It was like back then, teams had to not only key in on your best player, but they had to key in on maybe 2 or 3 guys coming off the bench as well. It would just bust your ass on any given night. It was like, man, everybody got shine, man. I'm telling you, like, you could have been the worst team in the NBA. But when that game came on NBC back in the day, and y'all know that theme song that used to come on the NBA on NBC, they used to get us fired up. When you heard that theme song, you knew it was game time. But man, it was just something about the game back then, man. I just don't get that same feeling for the game today as I did back then.
And I'm gonna say something while you just touch on it because I grew up in that. I'm a late '70s baby, but I know what you're talking about. It's just like even watching them back then. It's just anybody could give it to you on any given night. And also,
Yeah.
with touching on that, it was like even when you're a champion, whoever the champion was, you thought the sorriest team in the league was gonna bow down to him. Nah,
Nah.
anytime you couldn't take layoffs and I rest this and I rest that. They gave RoboCop a cookie because he played 82. I don't know. He played all 80 plus 80 games, something like that. Like okay, I'm used to seeing cats in the '80s doing that and doing the long playoff run.
Come on,
Remember
man.
back then, it used to be 5 rounds. I mean, the first round used to be the best of 5.
Right. Right. You didn't start getting the best of
Yeah.
7 until you hit the second and third round going into the finals.
Yeah, but and you know what though? But leave it up to guys like Nick Wright. They will conveniently leave that part out. And look, well, LeBron James has played more in career playoff games than anybody else in the history of the NBA. Right?
Bullshit.
You say that shit, but leave out that the first round was best of 5, right? Then You know, then because they all compared to Michael Jordan, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's put the thing in its proper context. One, Jordan has never made it to a Game 7 in the NBA Finals. He's never played in the
That's a
Game
fact.
7, right? He's had a lot of rounds he was involved in during those years. He was winning all those championships. A lot of those rounds were sweeps or like 5 games.
Oh yeah. Like I can
Go
honestly
ahead.
say, man, like I'm one of the very rare few guys in my neighborhood and guys that I grew up with that I can say that I saw Michael Jordan play twice. I saw him play when he came out of retirement the first time, when they played the Pacers at Market Square Arena. Never in a million years did I think that Jordan was going to come back and play for the Bulls on that particular game. And then
That was when he wore the 45, right? That was when he had the 45. Yeah.
When I say,
That's when
man,
he came
like,
back after that 2-year layoff.
yeah, man, when I tell you when Jordan came out of that tunnel and I seen him marching onto the court, I can honestly say, man, that was the first time that I could say that, damn, being starstruck, I was like, yo, that is Michael motherfucking Jordan. Like at that time, like nobody else on the court mattered. Even though the Bulls lost, man, it seemed like nobody else mattered because it was like, yo, this is something that I'll never forget. And then, what was that? 3 or 4 years later, I was there when the Pacers beat the Bulls in the '98 conference playoff game in Game 4 when Reggie Miller hit the 3 over Jordan. So man, like I can honestly
he pushed him. Some people say he pushed him.
yeah, the push off. It was
the push off. It was.
I thought the push off was on Byron Russell in the finals.
So you know, I can honestly say, man, I'm one of the rare guys from guys that I grew up with that I can honestly say that at a moment in time I was able to see Michael Jordan play twice. Not too many guys that I know can say that they actually seen, in my opinion, the greatest basketball player to ever lace them up.
Yeah.
You know, but one thing I don't hear him talk about on these sports debate shows that LeBron James passed up Karl Malone for most turnovers in NBA history.
House was cooking Ghost Town on that last night. That shit was funny as hell.
But they don't want to talk about that.
Oh, whole town?
Of course. Yeah.
Oh man, he's the worst.
No, Haas, Ticket let Haas chime in on him about that shit. He be like, Sterling know how to do it too, though. Know his voice really well.
Good. I remember that. I
was your ghost out. Your ghost out.
I talked.
That shit was funny.
No, because I talked to him because like he's like the type of person that it's like you don't understand. Like he'll say something, but you confuse what he said. Like you you understand, but you're confused with what he's trying to say. And plus, like he says, if we say like if I say Donovan should be up, like I said Donovan should be up there in the MVP candidates, with LeBron and them, and then he'll like flip up the script like, oh, so you think that he's better than LeBron? He was like, no, I'm not trying to say that.
You know what we talking about, man? Just that.
Yeah, he just
what my mom knows you today. He's like one of them slick preachers that be running side of the mouth, but nobody ain't believing that. They're putting that in his collection plate.
Oh yeah, I like to call them. They talk real fast, so they real slick. You got you just got to catch them. Talk real fast, but they real slick.
My dad was a pastor, and God rest his soul. But I used to be around so many good behind examples, and he used to show me the guys that he said, "Son, any walks of life, you're gonna have a fast talker, man. Either in the church, no matter what you do in your life, you gotta watch people like that. Don't fall for that okie dokie stuff. You be dead as grass."
You gotta love them slick talkers, boy. You gotta watch out for the slick talkers, boy.
I know. I've been around him, so I know he was trying to be slick. I know. I've been around him.
But but based on what y'all seeing right now, man, who y'all think could really come out the East, man? I'm a little. I don't know about Brooklyn, man. I'm a little like,
If Brooke could get some in the middle, then I'll say yes. But
yeah,
to me, you got all these players like that, and I like every single one of them. I'm not a fan of Harden. I always love KD. And I always like Kyrie. Kyrie always been a whipping boy in the media. A lot of people don't understand when you play for RoboCop, you sacrifice a lot, and they want to bash these players that were superstars before they got there.
yeah,
Whoever played with them, you don't have to change your game. And they don't understand the terminology of that. The sacrifice you got to do.
yeah, because
You
we
know.
all know the offense is structured around LeBron. Like the dude that I've said it a million times, the man does not move off the ball at all. So the offense is structured for LeBron James. Like I heard Two Raw say it a million times. The guy is a bully with a basketball.
hmm
He's a modern day Wilt Chamberlain.
I could see him when I heard him say that, and he do the best Kendrick Perkins impersonation. That man had me dying. He did Kendrick. Boy, I was on the floor crying so hard, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. And that's one other thing we be arguing with on the youngsters. Like y'all era was born. Like no, it's not. You guard me. You have to guard me on the other end. You
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah, they was switching and stuff like that. But you predominantly whatever position you did, that's who you had to guard all game. You know what I mean? It ain't like how it is now. I can hide this player and this and that, but you good on offense. Okay, what you want? A Girl Scout cookie?
Well,
I like players that play both ends of the floor. That's why I'm used to playing. That's why I like about the '80s and the '90s. I'm like every era had their specialists, though. Still, I always respected guys that did it on both ends.
yeah. Or guys who could. They had
Had a good
different.
impact.
They had different styles in their game. They could. Okay, well, if you double team me, okay, well, I'm gonna go this way. You gonna clog off the lanes? Okay, I'm gonna use my perimeter game to score. Okay, you gonna double team me this way? Okay, I'm gonna shoot from this side of the court. Like different guys back in that time frame, they was able to switch up their style. They weren't just one dimensional type players.
One player that I think don't get enough shine. He was one of my favorite big men. He played in the '80s and '90s. Terry Cummings. That man was the
Okay,
man.
okay,
Like him. That's like you were just saying, could do a little bit of everything. You see what
yeah,
I'm saying? And he could. That's why I tell the youngsters, even the old school cats back then, they made their free throws. You still had their bad free throws. Majority of everybody at least was shot good.
man.
They ain't like it is now. They be missing free throws. Like, how you missing free throws? This is a
Well,
part. It's easy. You by yourself. That's
that's
what my coach used to tell me. It's by yourself.
that's a that'll be a good video to make because I don't think they understand just how prevalent and just how important free throws were back then. Like
Right.
every possession, every shot was just that important. Nowadays, I mean, like I said, the game now. It's funny because I talk to my nephews who are late teens coming into their early 20s, but they just live by the 3-pointer. That's all they care about. Can he hit threes?
Mm, mm,
I'm like, huh? This is what the
mm.
game turned into. Steph Curry and them done turned the game into nothing but just 3-point shooters, and it's bad because how many centers did we see hitting threes back in our day?
Not that many, unless you was unless you that boy Manu Bol, he was tall as
Yeah,
hell. That motherfucker had a
yeah,
gunslinger.
yeah. You might see a center or a power forward who might hit a
Right.
occasional 3-pointer, but if you did, your ass was gonna be glued to the bench because that wasn't your
Wait.
job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, being in my late teens and my early 20s, I didn't really, I wasn't really focused on that. Focused on the three shoot. That wasn't me because I was more like a defender, like always the defender. You know, always play my role. You know, I wasn't all about that because me, I didn't watch Curry and stuff. To me, I was watching the guys back in the days, back in the tapes, because which with my father, because my father and my uncles, and I used to watch guys like Gary Payton, um, uh, Joe Dumars, you know, a lot of these small guys who were good defenders and play their role. You know, that's what I learned. You know, I didn't learn from guys like Steph Curry. Like me, I'm just like a young kid with an old soul. You
Yeah,
You
it's a
definitely named
few.
two
It's
good
few.
defenders.
know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of
He
it's just
definitely nailed it. He nailed it right there on the nose too.
Yeah, he definitely named two of the, in my opinion, one of the uh, great defenders of the game, man. Joe Dumars
Mm-hmm.
and the glove Gary Payton. Man,
Mm-hmm. Hey, you remember he was in college? I'm in Oregon. I
What's
stay
up,
in Oregon.
everybody?
What's good?
was
Who is
good.
that?
Oh, what's up, G Corey? Hey, what you got on this? What you
Yeah,
got
y'all
on?
ain't seen me in a while, man. I've been cooped up with my chick. You know
Well,
how
that's
that
great.
goes.
I'm glad you broke free from the prison. Now, what you think about AD injury situation?
Man, the Lakers season is Anthony Davis is hurt.
Yeah, AD hurt. So,
Man,
so
if AD is out, bro, that means the Lakers season to be done. I'm gonna tell you what, the Lakers will probably fall down to a fourth seed, but they'll make it. They'll get us the second round.
Well, right now, man, they basically saying that AD they gonna reevaluate him in 2-3 weeks. Now, if it's me, I already said shut him down
That's the
until like
farthest they'll get.
shut him down, man, until like mid-March, man. Reevaluate him about a week or two before the playoffs start.
They better pray. They better pray it ain't nothing serious. That's how he was
You
grabbing
know,
his Achilles was the same way Kevin Durant was.
yeah. Because the last thing like I said, man, the last thing
Yeah,
they
you
want to
don't need
do,
them like that, bro. It's the regular season.
they don't. They don't. Like I said, would you rather have a healthy AD coming into the playoffs? Yeah, y'all might be the third or fourth seed, or would you rather have the first seed with a limping AD? Take your pick.
yep.
I mean, that means the West wide open. That means I'm gonna tell you like this: if they don't got Anthony Davis and they play a team like the Warriors in the first round, they could actually lose.
You think so? The Warriors beating the
I don't
Lakers in the
think.
first round?
I don't
I
think so.
don't think that.
I don't
I
think.
don't think so.
Well, I
I'm a
don't know.
Lakers fan, but I'm very biased. But it's all according to matchups too. You know they don't got no good wing defenders, but I don't see Golden State beating LeBron.
Yeah,
Not even first. I
yeah,
give
because
them
that means
that much respect.
because I don't believe in everybody else to beat me. All you gotta do is key in on LeBron. I don't believe in them other guys to beat me.
I see what you're saying.
I
I
don't
just
know.
want to wait on the
It
trading
wouldn't.
deadline when everybody goes wherever. Then I can make my decision who's going on.
It wouldn't surprise me, but I would be very, very shocked if the Warriors were to beat the Lakers in the first round. I'll be shocked.
I would too.
Like I would put that up there as not one of the all-time great upsets, but it would definitely be one that I would never
I
forget.
wouldn't be shocked because they beat him with Anthony Davis. So without Anthony Davis, it's gonna be more.
Shit, Steph
Lakers
Curry
got
would have to
problems
play
on the
lights out.
inside. Yeah, he gonna have to show. Yeah, he gonna have to go 40 every freaking game.
And
Like
plus,
Yeah,
it'd be even. Think about it. It'd be even. LeBron versus Curry. You don't got AD. LeBron don't. Curry don't got nobody else. Who? Draymond Green.
well, if it was me, not only would I let Steph Curry cook, but I would definitely let what's that rookie that they drafted?
James Wiseman.
Him and Kelly Oubre. I would definitely be feeding them to go to the paint.
Because Lakers ain't got no rim protection.
Wiseman, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I've been watching the Warriors all year. I ain't gonna lie. I've been watching the Warriors all year, and what's hurting the Warriors is they missing Wiseman.
I don't know,
I don't
man.
think they use
I
him right. I watch a lot. I watch them because I have no choice to watch them when I'm at in Oregon. But they don't use Wiseman good enough for me. You know what I mean?
Because they don't got no center. That's the only thing hurting them. I've been watching them, but the Warriors could have won a couple of these games.
Coaching, man. And then that's one thing I respect about the old generation, too, man. Them coaches held them players accountable. You do some messy stuff, man, you getting on the bench, man.
Facts.
I don't care if you cry.
Yeah, it's coaching. It's coaching.
These coaches need to be all in these players, man. And this basketball, man, they like, this is the new revolution.
I ain't gonna lie, it's only a couple coaches that hold people accountable. It's only like 2 coaches that hold you accountable. And that's like Greg Popovich and who else? And Tom Thibodeau. These other coaches be letting shit slide.
Some of the basketball I've been seeing.
This is the thing, y'all. This is the one thing that, you know, we talk about the coaching, the NBA and all that, but this is the thing. They don't get that kind of, the coaches, how am I going to put this? They basically, the ownership allowed this to happen because the ownership, because case in point, when you know, y'all like to call Jay Reed from Akron. Remember he went to Miami and he was politicking on getting Eric Spoelstra fired, and Pat Riley shut all that down. It was like, look, Eric Spoelstra is my coach. So when you got to have ownership and GM that's going to back the coach, instead they back the player because at the end of the day, the star player.
Dwayne Wade did too.
Hold on. At the end of the day, the star player is what making these owners money. So it's one thing to get rid of a coach. It's another thing to let the star player go, and then, you know, they lose all the revenue behind that star player because that star player will bring fans to the seats. So when you bring fans to the seats, they're making money because they're buying concessions, they're buying food. All that goes into the owner's pocket. So when the star player leaves and not as much people coming to the stadium and all that, they're not making as much money. So it's easier to get rid of the coach and bring in somebody that they can manipulate or mold like a little thing of Play-Doh than it is to get another star player.
Okay.
At the end of the day, the one thing that these owners like is green. That's the only color they concern themselves with. You know what I'm saying? They're only concerned with the color green. So anything that's going to put more money in their pocket, they're going to ride with that.
Mm-hmm. Of course, yeah.
Here's another piece of evidence, since we on the subject of, you know, LeBron, right? I'm not Jerry, but since we're on the subject of him, before the Cleveland Cavaliers drafted him in 2003, they were a franchise that was on the road to nowhere fast. Nobody was coming to the games. They didn't really have anybody that they can market. You know, the tickets were the price of a family dinner at Popeyes, for crying out loud. When they drafted LeBron, because he played at the high school in Ohio. When they drafted him number 1 overall in 2003, there was a sense of excitement. There was a sense of hope in that city. So people were coming to the games, even though they were mediocre and, you know, they was willing to give them a pass, give them time to develop. They were coming to the games because of the excitement factor that LeBron James was bringing them. He was on Nike commercials. He was on ESPN magazines. He was getting all this money, all this hype, all this attention that outside of when Lenny Wilkins was there and they had Brad Daugherty and Mark Price and Craig Elo and those guys, they ain't had that kind of attention. Even when Shawn Kemp went to got traded from Seattle.
Right?
Yeah, boy, that's when he was big as a blimp.
Yeah, that motherfucker
Mhm.
was out there like a goddamn Goodyear blimp. You right.
Carl Winslow.
Didn't he end up going to the Magic too? Right after that, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Okay.
that's what he went. Yeah, I think that's. But even
That
when Sean
motherfucker like
Kemp went there,
300
he didn't
pounds.
generate that kind of hype. He didn't generate that kind of buzz, right? When LeBron got there, he
Man.
actually generated buzz, so that people were buying tickets and people were coming to the games. And they were changing the name of the arena because it used to be the Gun Arena at one point, and they changed the Quicken Loans. They changed the
Oh, right.
uniform. They changed up all this stuff around LeBron James. And LeBron James was bringing in money because he was taking the teams to his first 2 years, he didn't make the playoffs. But after that, teams were starting to go to the playoffs. Then they were starting to go to the conference finals. Then they started going to the NBA finals. So he was making them all this money, right?
Boy, that
Dan
boy.
Gilbert was getting fat. This motherfucker was eating Velveeta. Now he's eating Gruyere, right? I can't even pronounce the motherfucking shit. Gruyere or Gaia or whatever I know he was taking. He was at one point eating cheap cheese. Now he's eating expensive cheese because of the cheese LeBron was bringing in. LeBron James was Dan Gilbert's cash cow. And when he left in 2010, Dan Gilbert put out that scathing ass article or that letter. And how LeBron James was a failure and was a failure to the Cleveland Cavaliers organization because he failed to do this, he failed to do that. He came up short in this thing. But before that, you didn't even have that. You didn't even have that to talk about. So the fact that he disrespected LeBron like that was beyond appalling. When you didn't even have the opportunity for him to choke in a game 3 of the NBA Finals, whatever like that. You didn't have that opportunity because your team wasn't even making the playoffs. Your team even had a 500 record for crying out loud. So yeah, when you have a star player, and this guy's bringing the owner's money or whatever like that, he is going to have some say so, and they're going to get and they're going to and guys like the coach like Paul Silas and the what that chocolate milk head motherfucking name? Oh, Mike Brown, right? Mike Brown, those guys going to get fired.
He said, Mike Brown, I'm dead. And then he said a chocolate milk dud. Oh, he's the black person of the M&M.
No. No.
Hey, Mike Brown wasn't that bad of a coach when he coached Cleveland.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, I ain't gonna say he wasn't.
He wasn't. I never say he was. I never say he was a bad coach. He was actually a great one. Matter of fact, he the one that took him to the NBA Finals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Took his the player career to another level.
What's up, Michael Smith? Salute to you, homie. Yeah, what's up, Ray DeRazzo? Yeah, man, that was man. But I still don't take away from all the politics LeBron do, man. Because look, I love basketball. I just don't like the politics behind the scene, man. I don't like it.
Same. I just judge what you do on your court. I don't care what you do with your personal life. And
Right.
me talking on like I'm going through the situation. Nah, man, I'm not. I got my situation. You can have all that. I don't need that in my life.
Yeah, man. That's why. So yeah, that's why I got on that, man. It's So let's talk about the Lakers trade situation, right? Now we heard earlier today that Blake Griffin is on the block. Detroit Pistons, for all intents and purposes, shut him down. Cleveland Cavaliers, for all intents and purposes, shut down Andre Drummond. And so where the Lakers at as far as like who they looking at for a trade? Because it's not like they have trade assets, because they really don't have any trade assets. They don't have any I take that back. Well, they don't have any draft picks to give out, right? They depleted all that. They're gonna be against the cap because of the signings of LeBron and AD and Kyle Kuzma. So unless they're willing to give up a lot of the other pieces, like I'll tell you one guy that's going to be the team's going to ask for, Horton Tucker. I'm telling you,
Yeah, I already know.
any talks involving the Lakers, his name's going to come up. So you see the Lakers stand pat, or do y'all see Lakers making the move? What do you think, Brett?
To be honest with you, man, I think they're gonna stand pat. I don't think they're gonna make any moves. The only way I would have seen them making any type of move is if Anthony Davis would have been out indefinitely. When is the trade when's the trade deadline? Anybody know? I know it's coming up here soon.
It's like sometime
Like
in March, early March.
Okay.
Yeah, early. I think March 3rd, somewhere in there.
Yeah, but then again, who knows? Even with Anthony Davis, I've always said that the Lakers were still a little weak at the rim. They needed, they needed some more. I call them they need a meat and potato type guy, somebody that just gets rebounds and defends the paint. And what's his name? Harrell. He's a bum. I never really cared for him, even when he played with the Clippers. So I think that they'll stand pat. I think the team that they have, they can make a run. I don't really see them winning it again this year, even with AD being 100%. They have a chance to go back to the finals, but I think they're going to take a little slip up between the semis and the Western Conference Finals.
Right. What you think, T. Price?
I don't know what they're gonna do, man. They inside is just like, I'm a Laker fan just because I love the Lakers. I don't root for RoboCop, but it comes with the territory. But I do give it props and all this other stuff. But not on everybody's thing. You're supposed to be a superstar, be a superstar. Now everybody's on your nuts saying that you do everything. You play with bums, so prove yourself. On the Lakers side, they should play that boy Kuzma a whole lot more. Because when he's out there, he's playing way better defense he did last year. You get that man. And to me, the Lakers are not using him right. He just fitting in. You know what I mean? Unleash him. He was there before him, but they kept him for a reason. Use him. That's what kills me about that team. And then don't get me started on Montrezl. He look like a nigga that breast stink all the motherfucking time.
I'm telling you. I've never been a fan of
those Agent Montrez.
I never liked him either. I never liked him, man. Even when I watched him play in college and all this other stuff. But all the time, dude, you flexing like, man, out of here, dude. Like, out of here.
Even, like I said, when he was with the Clippers, I was like, man, this guy really isn't bringing nothing to the team like that. But, it is what it is.
The defense just sucks. I like the defense just suck. I don't see them going to the finals at all. I think somebody out the West gonna go, but I don't see the Lakers going there. Even if they make a move or whatever like that, and then depending on what AD situation gonna be 2 or 3 weeks later, it might be some other bad news. You never know.
Listen,
yeah.
The only way I see the Lakers winning it again is if they picked up Andre Drummond. That's just my opinion, because they can score. They got the guys that can score points. They got guys that can hit threes.
And he's gonna rebound too.
Exactly. So I'm not saying I know it all, but if they were to pick up Andre Drummond, like I said, Andre Drummond, that's your potato guy.
I could see him fitting in. Like, I'm a fan of Drummond. I could see him playing with them or the Nets.
He's going. Oh my God!
I don't.
No,
because the Nets can't rebound for shit, man. They can't. They got rid of all their rim protection.
Yeah, man. I wasn't.
It's just like the Lakers did in Lakers did in all season. They got rid of. I ain't gonna say what. I think we call him the nigga the booty goo. And they got rid of
Yeah,
my boy Jamel McGee, man. Everybody want to slack on him, man. The man improved himself, man. He can still go out there and do
yeah,
whatever.
man.
He's a veteran. I didn't understand that. Once I see they moved this year when they added Schroeder, he shouldn't even be starting, man. Then again, who else gonna start? Caruso? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's oh my god. He look like King Cooper's son out there with the basketball.
I definitely agree with you, boy. Whoever gets Drummond, like I said, whether it's the Lakers or Brooklyn, you already know that guy's gonna get you at least between 10 to 15 rebounds a game.
No, I don't really see Drummond within the Lakers. To me, like I said, I already see Jerry Allen thing. No, Jerry Allen type person would do that. No, but that would give like 10, like what, 15, 10 to 15 rebounds. No, definitely a defensive perimeter. So
Yeah, and he's young too. And he need that shine too. Does he start in Cleveland?
I don't know. Yeah, but for Blake, It's not. I don't see Blake fit that role in the Lakers. No, like dude, he can't he
Oh,
can't
Blake Griffin? Oh, hell no.
he can't shoot. He's an injury prone. You know,
He's
yeah,
trash.
always hurt. He always hurt.
That's what I
Always
don't like to call players trash. They're professional athletes, but
he's
they
always
just
hurt.
Man,
they
dude,
like, dude,
man,
they
He's
be
always
catching
no,
me,
no.
man.
It's
You
true.
capping, man.
He always hurt. And third of all, I haven't. Have we seen him play defense?
Man,
Or
Blake
lack
has never
thereof.
been a good defender, man.
Or lack thereof.
Mm-hmm.
Like all we see is this gingerhead dude. All we see him is just dunk, and that's it.
He didn't work on his game. That's him. You know, that's one thing about the old school players. They
Hold
work
on,
on
bro.
the
You in
game,
the
and every
toilet?
year, did you?
Hold on, bro.
No,
You in the toilet?
Huh?
no,
Oh, I thought I heard a toilet flush. I'm like, what the fuck?
no. You did hear that, but I was walking in the room, and one of my homies is in the house and shit. Flush
Oh,
the
okay.
toilet.
Let me find you in there.
Yeah.
You
You did
try.
hear
Oh,
the
I
toilet, but it
see.
wasn't me. I just came from outside checking my mail, man. We good.
Okay. Whew.
Yeah.
I knew you was gonna say that too, LB. No,
No,
I
like,
wasn't. No,
you was talking while I was like you was in the toilet while you was talking.
no, I was walking. I was walking past the bathroom.
But yeah,
So
but
it
yeah,
isn't in my house.
yeah, like I said,
That's close to the door. Go ahead.
like I said, I don't think he fit because only thing we see him do is just dunk. Catch.
You're right, Sterling. A lot of his game had to do with that. A lot of his game revolved around his athleticism, but now that's gone. And
Mm-hmm.
just like you said, Sterling. I agree with everything you say, man. And he just, to me, I don't see the upside of him going to the Lakers, man. I just don't see it.
I don't see it either, but I never thought somebody said that. It just, I'm a Laker person, but then after thought about it, I was just like, nah. But you learn something, man. That won't be a good fit personally for him. I don't see that, but I never heard anybody that's a Laker fan that I know said Drummond. So
It's just not a good. To me, it's just not a good fit, though, man. To me, it's
yeah,
just not.
overall, to me, yeah, looking at it, yeah, it's not a good fit for him.
All right, well, I'm about to hop over to my brother Ticket live stream. He's on there right now, so I'm gonna hop over there.
Yeah.
So you'll hop over there too, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Brett, good to see you, homie. And good to see y'all again. Smash like, hit the subscribe, man. This your boy. Scream at me.